And what did you take from Mr. Gossett's speech in terms of the philosophies or values that most connect to what you're trying to do?
Well, giving back to the community shouldn't be something that's extra that people do. It should be what they do. And he really agrees with us on that philosophy that giving back is something you have to teach from a young age. And good behavior is something you have to teach from a young age. Kids just don't learn that by mistake or by osmosis. It has to be taught. And he was talking about his family connection and how the family members kept each other in line because that was what family did. Well, unfortunately, our families are very dispersed today, and we don't have the same kind of community that we used to have. So we need to get to a point where we understand that children need direction, and that if we want to solve the problems that we have with kids, which a lot of them are violence-related, teen pregnancy, they don't graduate from high school, they don't get good jobs, they're into all kinds of drugs and alcohol problems, if we're going to do that, we have to start with a good foundation, and that is you behave well, you do the right things, and that there are ramifications for bad choices.
And in terms of doing the work that you do, what are the biggest obstacles your organization faces?
Funding. Funding is the biggest problem we have. We have wonderfully supportive people here, as you saw today, but we need a lot more. Most of the companies that we've done business with over the years have downsized in this area. Not as many companies are headquartered here today as were 5 years ago, so we've lost a lot of companies that used to be very supportive. They were sold to other companies overseas or down south or someplace else, and they're not headquartered here anymore, so we lose a lot of that management support.
And a lot of that personal connection you must lose.
And a lot of it. So we're trying to make up in volume with what we used to have in larger masses. So.
And what are your base goals for the organization for the next year?
Well, we've got to keep ourselves on our program track, which is basic human needs and children and families. Keeping kids on track is the cornerstone of our funding. We believe that investing in children is the right thing to do because it will reap enormous benefits. And of course, expanding our donor base is central to us having success. Good intentions don't help people, only resources do.